Success is dangerous. One begins to copy oneself. And to copy oneself is more dangerous than to copy others. It leads to sterility. Every positive value has its price in negative terms. The genius of Einstein leads to Hiroshima. I am only an entertainer who has understood his time. By amusing myself with all these games, rebuses, and arabesques, I became famous very quickly. It took me a lifetime. The one thing I know is that I paint because I need to, and I paint whatever passes through my head without any other consideration. The more I paint, the more I like everything. When art critics get together, they talk about form and structure and meaning. When artists get together, they talk about where you can buy cheap turpentine. Give me a forum and I'll give you a controversy. The one thing the world will never have enough of is the outrageous. It is not what the artist does that counts, but what he is. In art, the hand can never execute anything higher than the heart can imagine. Art is the most effective mode of communication that exists. Art is the most beautiful of all lies. It takes a long time to become young. It took me 4 years to paint like Raphael, but a lifetime to paint like a child. Youth has no age. Don't waste your youth growing up. The first half of life is learning to be an adult. The second half is learning to be a child. What might be taken for a precocious genius is the genius of childhood. When the child grows up, it disappears without a trace. It may happen that this boy will become a real painter someday, or even a great painter. But then he will have to begin everything again from zero. When I was a child, my mother said to me, "If you become a soldier, you'll be a general. If you become a monk, you'll be the Pope." Instead, I became a painter and wound up as Picasso. I am the child who is born out of the incestuous marriage of art and money. The older you get, the stronger the wind gets, and it's always in your face. We don't grow older, we grow riper. It takes a very long time to become young. The smell of opium is the least stupid smell in the world. I attempt to observe nature, always. I am intent on resemblance, and resemblance more real than the real, attaining the surreal. For my part, I always aim at likeness. For me, surreality is nothing else, never has been anything else, than that deep likeness far beyond the shapes and colors of immediate appearance. In art, the mass of people no longer seek consolation and exaltation, but whatever is new, odd, original, extravagant, or scandalous. But when I am quite alone, I have not the courage to think of myself as an artist in the ancient, splendid sense of the word. In the course of my reading, I have necessarily waded through thick clouds of interpretative Teutonic metaphysics and a great deal of homespun psychology. Love is the greatest refreshment in life. There are only two types of women, goddesses and doormats. Colors, like features, follow the changes of the emotions. To make oneself hated is more difficult than to make oneself loved. Art is not the application of a canon of beauty, but what the instinct and the brain can conceive beyond any canon. When we love a woman, we don't start measuring her limbs. There are only two types of women, goddesses and doormats. Love is the greatest refreshment in life. When we love a woman, we don't start measuring her limbs. Give me odorous at sunrise, a garden of beautiful flowers where I can walk undisturbed. What is a face really? Its own photo? Its makeup? Or is it a face? Who sees the human face correctly? The photographer, the mirror, or the painter? Are we to paint what's on the face, what's inside the face, or what's behind it? The man in the glass cannot make himself out. Even if he had been as fluent as Bossuet, no amount of words could have said so much, nor so accurately, as a single picture. I don't believe in accidents. There are only encounters in history. There are no accidents. Computers are useless. They can only give you answers. If only we could pull out our brain and use only our eyes. In art, there is only one thing that counts, the thing you cannot explain. To draw, you must close your eyes and sing. Why do two colors, put one next to the other, sing? Can one really explain this? No. There is no such thing as a mistake in art. I paint as if some blind man was looking over my shoulder. The world doesn't make sense, so why should I paint pictures that do? God is really only another artist. He invented the giraffe, the elephant, and the cat. He has no real style. He just goes on trying other things. Give me some mud and I will paint you a picture of a woman. I don't paint things. I only paint the difference between things. One does a whole painting for one peach and people think just the opposite. That particular peach is but a detail. Sculpture is the best comment that a painter can make on painting. Sculpture is the art of the intelligence. I do not believe I have ever painted a dream. Art is never chaste. It ought to be forbidden to ignorant innocence, never allowed into contact with those not sufficiently prepared. Yes, art is dangerous. Accidents. Try to change them. It's impossible. The accidental reveals man. It is a well-known fact that we see the faults in others' works more readily than we do in our own. It is important to remember that great things have no fear of time. We've got to let go of the idea that what we want to manifest has to be done on our time schedule. When it comes right down to it, all you have is yourself. Yourself is a sun with 1,000 rays. Manifesting takes place from spirit. It doesn't take place from form, from the physical world. You've got to know that what you want to manifest will occur. People who read are people who dream. There are more copies than originals among people. There is only one way to see things until someone shows us how to look at them with different eyes. Where do I get this power of creating and forming? I don't know. You must forget all your theories, all your ideas before the subject. What part of these is really your own will be expressed in your expression. What do you think an artist is? An imbecile who has only eyes if he is a painter, or ears if he is a musician. Give me a lamp and a place to stand, and I will move the world. An idea is a point of departure and no more. As soon as you elaborate, it becomes transformed by thought. I'm Picasso. You and I are going to do great things together. Give me a lamp and a place to stand, and I will move the world.